Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I had to look at the calendar. I am Halia. I am a golden I-10 card holder. I've been with Archer and Evolution for almost 4 years now. And today we are going to go over how to convert conversations in the DMs or inquiries DMs or even through text message into actual travel consultations to get on the phone with your client and begin that qualifying process. Okay, so we're just going to go over the conversion of that DM or that text or that email or whatever the case may be, however they're inquiring with you, into turning it into a consultation. I'm going to go over a little bit of posture with your clients. I'm going to go over a little bit of language and just really teaching you guys how to maintain that control over your business and that posture with your client and make sure they're following your sales process. I'm going to let you guys know if they don't want to follow your sales process, they are not the client for you. Okay. They are going to take advantage of you. They're going to waste your time. They're probably not even going to book with you. Okay. So you want people that are going to respect your sales process. And part of that is going to be scheduling that consultation and getting on that consultation with you. Okay. So, how many of you guys have ever tried to do like quoting in the DMs or through email without getting on the phone with somebody? And be honest, you guys. I know I have. Feel free to type in the chat. I have before. Yes, me. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Now, did that work for you guys? Did you guys find that that helped you guys get that booking or secure that booking? I did one because they were just wanted a quote for a specific resort. Sometimes, not usually. All right. Do you guys feel like built the just, talking to someone through the DMs or through email or through text message and never getting on the phone with them, never talking to them outside of that? Do you feel like that helps you build a relationship with that client? No, right? Would you give somebody your card information to spend thousands of dollars on something if they never got on the phone with you? They only wanted to talk to you via DMs, via email, via text. Hell no, no. I prefer on the phone, more personalized. Exactly. Right. So if you know that you are not going to give somebody your card information to purchase something that is thousands of dollars be without getting on the phone with them, then we need to start getting on the phone with our clients. Okay. And that's what we're going to go over today. I'm going to give you guys a few different scripts, all right, that you guys can use in order to start converting and moving those DMs, emails, text messages, whatever the case may be, to consultations, all right? I'm going to give you a few generic scripts. You guys are free to customize them a little bit and tailor them to each situation, but I would keep the bulk of the information the same, okay? I believe, perfect. You guys should be able to open that. If you can't, let me know and I'll fix it. And I'm going to pull it up on my screen as well. So when somebody DMs you, right, whether they're saying, hey, I want a quote for X place at X time for X amount of days, right? We all know those people who try to give us as much information as they can in the message, right? I don't go into detail on pricing, what pricing could be, the different rates, all the different, I don't go into all of that detail in Messenger, in text, in DMs, in email. I don't do all of that. Okay. I immediately schedule them for a consultation. I might have a little bit of, conversation like, hey, like this one right here. If you guys have Calendly, this is what I send. I literally have it saved in my word board. I'll tailor it again to that person's message a little bit. So I'll say, hi, how are you? Right? We're starting off that conversation. Thank you so much for reaching out. This sounds like such a fun trip. I would love to chat. Ooh, whoops. I would love to chat with you about your vacation to X destination, right? Whatever destination they're saying, right? If they're saying it's a family vacation and they want to have multi-generations, I'm going to add in there, I would love to chat with you about your family vacation to whatever destination, right? It would be great if your husband, or I will oftentimes say if it's like if they're a couple, if your husband, if your significant other, whatever the case may be. If it is like a girls' trip, I'll say if anybody who is part of the decision-making process, okay, if it's a family trip, same thing. Anybody who's part of the decision-making process could join us if they're available. So everyone is on the same page, but let me know. The reason I do this is because when you are dealing with multiple people, right, and they all have different opinions, it gets so much more difficult when you're talking to one person and then they have to relay everything to everybody and then they have to come back and tell you, oh, just kidding, we don't want that, we want this, right? So instead of doing all of that, I would rather get everybody who is part of that decision-making process onto our consultation so I can hear all of their opinions at one time, right? Obviously not while they're all talking at the same time, but in one space, right? I can say, okay, what are some non-negotiables for you? What are non-negotiables for you? What type of experience do you want to have? What type of experience do you want to have? That is going to allow me to get the big, full picture of what everybody is wanting. And then from there, I can start that maybe education process on is this actually, realistic for your guys' budget? All the things, right? Or if it is, I can then do the research and it helps me understand what my clients are wanting a little bit better, right? So then I can tailor their itinerary to what they're all wanting to do to make sure I'm getting everybody's wants and needs, okay? This is going to flow into keeping clients and referrals like Michaela was training on yesterday, right? Because the first step with that is going to be great customer service. And the very, very, very first thing that she said, besides obviously doing a good job as a travel agent, is listening to your clients, right? Listening to them. If you have a big group or you even just a couple and they both are part of the decision-making process, they both have different things they want to experience, get them both on there and listen to them. Okay, that is going to take it's going to help you take the extra mile for your clients. It's also going to help them feel heard. It's going to help them feel special. It's going to help them feel respected because you are taking the time to listen to both of them or to all of them, right? Whatever the case may be. Now, obviously, if it's like a 30-person trip, you don't want every single person on there, right? But I would again do main decision makers, right? Then I'll say I use Calendly, right? So please check out my Calendly link. If these dates and times do not work, shoot me two dates that will, and I will see if my schedule is flexible. Can't wait to connect. This is one showing excitement, right? I'm excited to work with you. Also, I can be flexible. If these dates and times don't work, we can work something out to see if it works for you too as well. Okay. This is showing them that you have won that process, but you also are a human being, you understand, and you can be flexible with them and work with them if need be. Okay. Now, if you guys don't have Calendly, you can do the same, pretty much the same thing. Instead of sending the Calendly link, it's going to be this whole part is going to be the same, right? Then give them two dates and times, okay? I would do one morning, one afternoon or evening, okay? And give them two different dates and times that you are available and ask them which time works best for them. And then same thing, offer that option of if those don't work, then you can be flexible. They just need to let you guys know what the other times are. Do you guys have any questions so far on this first initial message? No. Okay, perfect. Now, oftentimes, even I have gotten people will be like, okay, great, but or they'll say, great, I'll look at it. And then they'll start asking me questions, right? Have you guys ever gotten that where you're trying to schedule a consultation? They're like, yeah, okay, great. And then they start going down the list of questions that they have. No, okay. Maybe it's just the people I attract then. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So when that happens, I do not answer those questions. Okay? I don't do it. I do not do it. I stand firm on the consultation. Okay? Because that is where we're going to get all of that detailed information. All right. So my response is going to be something along the lines of, those are great questions. Please write those down, and then we'll go over them during our consultation and all other questions that you have. Okay. I redirect them to scheduling that consultation or to waiting to till the consultation. Okay. That way, again, I'm following my process. I'm not quoting or answering questions or doing anything like that in the DMs, in the email, in text message, anything like that. That consultation is that set time to for me to get understand what they're wanting and to also answer any questions that they have, right? So that is how I address that. I always, always, always go back to that consultation, whether it is we can talk about that during our consultation. We'll answer all of those during the consultation. We can go over that during the consultation, whatever the case may be. I always redirect to the consultation. Okay. Now I have another script that I'm going to share with you guys based off of somebody messaging you asking, hey, I saw your post or I saw your comment about being a travel agent and working with, X person. I want to know, how does it work to work with you? Can you guys get me better pricing? Can you guys get me better deals, right? Can you get me cheaper prices? Things like that. Okay. Have any of you guys ever experienced somebody messaging you asking you for better deals, cheaper prices, or how to even work with you as a travel agent? Yes. Okay, beautiful. This is what this script is here for, okay? Now, there are definitely parts where you can customize based off of what the question is, whether it's just how to work with you. I'll show you how I customize that. Whether they're also asking if you can get better pricing, cheaper deals, whatever the case may be. Guys can tailor this to, again, the situation. This is just a general starting point, okay? And I have this saved in my word board as well, so I don't have to type this out every single time, right? I could just press the little word board button and then edit and adjust from there, okay? So I always, again, want to keep that friendly and excited tone, okay? Because I am excited to work with people potentially, even if they're messaging me questions that irritate my soul, like, can you get me cheaper pricing? Okay? Even if then I always want to come off as I'm friendly and excited to work with you because that is a big part of maintaining that posture and that great customer service, right? If I'm coming off like you're pissing me off, I am done with you, then person is not going to experience great customer service, even if they are pissing me off and I'm done with them, okay? Because this is, at the end of the day, our business, and we do still have to maintain being professional, all right? Now, does that mean that you allow people to walk all over you and disrespect you and, take advantage of you? Absolutely not. This just means that in the way that we speak to people, we're going to be friendly, we're going to be excited, right? If we have to be firm, we will also be firm too, okay? It just depends. So I would always start off with, absolutely, I'm happy to share how it works, right? When you hire me as your travel advisor, and I'm specifically saying hire, not use, right? One, I hate the term use as a travel advisor because you're not using me, you're working with me, right? We're partnering up together to work together. Even if you guys don't charge a research fee or planning fee, retainer, whatever you want to call it, even if you guys don't charge a fee, they are not using you, okay? You are not an object, you are not a tool, you are not anything like that. You are a human being, you are a business, you are providing a service, all right? This might just be me, but I hate that word, okay? They are working with you, okay? So you can even put when you work with me if you don't want to put hire me, okay? If that is too much for you. You can put work with me. Please, for the love of God, do not use me, okay? Do not say that, okay? Please, you are a human being, okay? You should not be used. You should be worked with, okay? So when you hire me or work with me as your travel advisor, I help plan, research, and partner with you to create a fabulous vacation from start to finish. Imagine simply worrying about packing and the countdown to your vacation. I do all the heavier lifting. So, what we're starting to do is we're starting to paint that picture of what it's like to work with you as a travel agent. Okay. I specialize in, and then you would put whatever you specialize in. No, thank you. You would put whatever you specialize in, right? So I specialize in, for me, custom luxury vacations, handling details from flights, transfers, hidden gem tours, hotels, dinner reservations, etc. All right, that's where you're going to kind of tailor it to you and what you customize, okay, or what you specialize in. I partner with locals to make sure you are receiving a beautiful, authentic experience, and together we design the vacation you envision. All right, again, we're painting that picture for them of what that experience working with us is going to be. All right. I am there alongside you when you travel to help with anything that may go awry and support you in destination if needed. We're also giving them examples of what else we do besides planning the vacation, how else we can help and support them. Now, if they're not asking about cheaper prices or cheaper deals or whatever, I will take this part out, okay? If they are, I keep it in, okay? It just again depends on what they are asking. As far as better pricing, I would say that is subjective. Okay, this is part of the little education process that we're going to give them, right? Because as the expert, we are responsible for educating our clients or potential clients, okay? In many cases, creating custom proposals means receiving package pricing that cannot be replicated as I am unable to break the pricing down. This is going to be for like when you're using VAX, Vacation Express, any package vendor, right? You can't break it down unless you're booking it separately. In some ways, I save you time and money, but ultimately, working with me means getting you everything you want as long as the budget is flexible. Okay. So, again, this is part of that education process, telling them that I will get you what you want as long as you have the budget for it, right? In a little bit of nicer way. Now, if you don't charge a fee, then you don't have to send this part or really this part. Okay. You can kind of adjust the fee part. If you do charge a fee, I would keep this in. Okay. I do charge a concierge care fee. It is a non-refundable one-time fee paid for research planning and includes my signature concierge care. Again, you guys can tailor this to you and your business and the terms that you use, okay? This is paid before I send proposals. We would have a very in-depth, detailed complimentary consultation before I send out actual pricing, details, itinerary, etc. This allows both of us or us both to decide if it's a good fit to work together. Again, we're working with this person. They're not using us, okay? If it's a good fit for my specialty, I send over a follow-up email and you'd let me know if you want to hire me, okay? Once the fee is paid, I would create one amazing proposal for you. You guys can adjust this if you want to do two or three options, right? It depends. And we would begin the customization process based on your vacation list. Once the custom itinerary is approved, you would secure your vacation by placing a deposit as quickly as possible to avoid losing the hotel's pricing and details. All right. And then we're going to add in I usually book out several weeks in advance for appointments because I take limited clients to ensure that I can provide luxury concierge care to all of my clients both before and during their vacation. This is again going back to that consultation, ensuring they follow your sales process, okay? So they receive the most personalized, stressless experience. I'm already booked for several vacays next year. Again, you guys can customize this. So it's important to get with me early. This is starting to create a sense of urgency, saying, hey, if you want to work with me, these are the next steps. This is what you need to do. All right. I book out far in advance because I'm busy. All right. And if you want to work with me and have this vacation planned by me, then you guys need to schedule that consultation ASAP. Okay. This then we're also going to let the people know that our planners, right, those more type A people, that if they want to be more involved, they can be. Okay, so that's basically what this is saying. Okay, and then if they are not ready to work together, this is something I always customize again based off the situation. I would love the opportunity to work together. Sometimes I'll take out in the future, as I'm sure we can plan some beautiful experiences together. All you have to do is board the plane. All right, so this is another part that I customize based off of the situation. Thank you, Susan. All right, any questions on that? on the psychology behind it, on the language I'm using, anything like that.
I don't know if this is specific to everything you just said, but you did say something that I had a question about. You said something about creating one itinerary and then sometimes doing multiple. So is it not typical to create like more than one quote per client?
Everybody's different. Everybody has their own process. Um, I have typically, well, over the last 3.5-ish years, I have done about three options for my client. However, I have recently been taking a course on basically like elevating my business essentially. And that's part of where I got these scripts from that I wanted to share with you guys. And part of what the agent that teaches that course does is she only does one customized proposal like option in order to get everything that that client wants, and then she uses that as an education moment for budget wise. So I'm debating on testing that out, but it is up to you guys how you want to handle that. That's why I said that part is you guys can customize based off of however your process works.
Okay, I only asked that because I know for the instant cash training, I believe they always talk about good, better, best. So I just
Right.
kind of figured like that carried on throughout just making quotes in general.
Right. That's
Um,
what I do. Like I said, I'm debating on testing this one out because
and
she
then,
seems to be
oh,
getting, she books like the agent that I'm talking about books like I think she's in like I think she's at like $1 million in travel a year. And she only does the one proposal.
hmm.
So she's cut back her time and increased her sales using a lot of what I'm teaching here. So I'm debating on doing that.
Yeah, because I'm in the middle of doing like two different sets of quotes right now.
Mhm.
And I'm like, three is a lot. And like I said, with one of the clients, like this is like my third set of quotes
Oh, okay,
because
no. So I give them three options one time. I don't continue quoting for them. So
okay,
that's what I mean. I will in my itinerary that I send over, my proposal options, there's three options and they choose which one they want best. I don't continue going back and forth on different options after that.
interesting. Okay.
That's too much. They need to, if they are completely unhappy, I will give them one more. That's it. That is as far as I go.
Yeah,
Because
like
they're kicking the tire at that point.
yeah, I've been going through a lot with this client. We can talk about that like separately, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was just wondering about that because like I said, it's a lot to like have to keep going and like finding different quotes. And like a lot of the clients that I've dealt with, they've kind of given me a budget, that they
Mhm.
don't want to exceed. And so I try to do like good, better, best within that parameter and the
Mhm.
things that they want. So yeah, that's why I was asking because I was like, one quote I can do, but three seems to be
Yeah,
like a lot.
no, I don't. When I'm saying one proposal, I'm talking about literally one option in that proposal. So not good, better, best three times. One option, not even good, better, best, just best. That's it. When we're talking good, better, best, you do again those three options one time. You're not going back and doing three other good, better, bests. Good, better, best is that's it.
Got it.
Okay. Is this something you would use for a couple trip or more geared toward a group? Would I do this for everybody? Again, I will customize and tailor it a little bit towards what that specific situation is, what that person is asking, but this is what I base everything off of. Alrighty. Any other questions? Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.